What's up, guys? It's the Nigerian Nightmare, Kamaru Usman. Guys, I know it's been a while since I've done one of these up, but so is life. You get busy, things pop up. But it is the last pay per view of the year. Essentially, it's the last pay per view of the ESPN UFC era before finally going into Paramount. So I thought that, yeah, I should jump on here and kind of give you guys my picks and predictions of what's going on. UFC 323, Dwalashvili versus Peter Yan 2. And so we're going to start from the bottom right away. I mean, there's really good fights on this card. Really high level fights. Even all the way to the first fight of the prelim. Mohamed Naimov taking on Marion Santos. This is a really good fight. Marion Santos, the young hungry guy that's coming in, and so is Naimov. Naimov is still making his way up in the division, but I just think Santos, he's got a lot of power, and he's very raw and athletic. But I think Mohamed Naimov is just more of a veteran, has been around the game quite a bit more, and I think he has the skills to potentially win this fight, especially with the wrestling. So I'm gonna go with Mohamed Naimov. The next fight we're going to Mansoor Abdulmalik. Very talented young man. I believe fought on the last card that I was on in Atlanta, Georgia. And so I like this kid. I really like this kid. I think if he continues to grow the way that he is growing, I think he will be a force in that middleweight division. So I'm gonna go with Mansoor. Next fight is a light heavyweight division, and we're going with, I don't want to kill this name, but Baranuski, something like that, taking on Bo Aslan, and I believe Bo Aslan is the crazy Turkish power. Both of these guys are tough. Both of these guys got power, but I'm gonna go with Aslan, my Turkish guy. Even though you got Polish power versus Turkish power, I'm gonna go with him. I think he potentially has a little bit more to kind of navigate and win this fight. With that, it's gonna be a stand up war. I think both guys are gonna swing for the fences, and whoever connects puts the other guy down. But moving on to our next fight, we've got the return of Jalen Turner. I was a short retirement. Uh, but the UFC is not doing him any favors here. They're giving him Edson Barbosa right away. I've said it. Edson Barbosa, I believe, is one of the only guys I think in the UFC with leg kick finish, a body kick finish, and also a crazy head kick finish. So Edson Barbosa is super tough. Jalen Turner is also very tough. So he retired after suffering a couple of defeats in a row. So we're gonna see if he was able to kind of reset his mind, get back on track, and let's see him make another run at this thing here. So my pick, I'm gonna go with. It's been a while. I haven't seen Edson Barbosa, but and he's getting a little older now. A lot of fights. I think Jalen Turner's gonna have to really put the pressure on Edson Barbosa to potentially get him out of there. Um, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. I want to go with Turner, but I just think I'm gonna go with Jalen Turner. I'm gonna go with Jalen Turner. Let's see. I have faith in the time off, and for you to come back means potentially you soul search and you've done all you needed to do to get back on that horse. So I'm gonna go with him. Now going to our the other prelims. I mean, there's a ton of fights on this card. We've got Marvin Vittori in the early prelims taking on Bruno Ferreira. It's a tough one. I'm gonna go with Marvin Vittori. I just think, I mean, Marvin, the meathead, definitely skilled and he's talented and he can get it done. Next, we move on to the prelims. Crazy. Those are the early prelims. That's crazy. But prelims, we've got Nazim Sadikov. I mean, this guy has definitely put himself, he's been grinding for a long time, but now I feel like he's put himself on that bus to where it could turn into a rocket ship at any moment. And so his performance in Azerbaijan was incredible. So we love to see it. But he's taking on for us Siam A French, tall French kid that's also it's been down here. I love this kid as well. He's been down here to train in South Florida for a little bit. This is a really really good fight. I like both guys. I think Faraz has ways to win here. Very very talented, but I just think, man, Nazim from if he's gonna put out a performance like he did in Azerbaijan, I think I give the slight edge to Sadikov here. Moving on, next fight we've got Macy Barber returning to take on Karine Silva. This is a really good fight. I think both girls it's gonna be a potential stand-up fight unless Macy Barber changes levels and takes this fight down to the ground. So if I had to pick, I'm gonna go with Macy Barber. Next fight, T-Rex Terrence McKinney taking on Chris Duncan. Really, really good fight. Chris Duncan, a lot of kind of hype on him. Um, it's a tough one. I would love to go with Chris Duncan, but if Terrence McKinney did his homework, I think he's just, man, that kid is just so talented and athletic to where I think he could pull this off. So I might go with Terrence McKinney on this one. Next one, Grant Dawson taking on Manuel Torres. I'm gonna go with Grant Dawson. I just think his relentless grappling right now in these stages to get to the top, I think will potentially get him there. Then once he gets to that top five, I think those guys are gonna require him to be able to stand more. And so, moving on, first fight on the main card, we've got Jan Blachowicz taking on Bogdan Guskov. This is a really, really good fight. But I'm the last time we've seen Jan Blachowicz kind of drop two in a row, he reinvented himself and had that run back to becoming a champion. So I'm expecting that here, but at the same time, Jan Blachowicz is no spring chicken. He's getting up there in age, so we'll see. This fight right here will tell us a lot whether he can still make a run or whether it's time for him to potentially look at walking away. Next fight, we've got my dog Triple C Henry Cejudo taking on Peyton Talbot. Peyton Talbot, very very talented young man right now, and this young man has definitely been put on that short list to potentially be a future star in the sport. So I think both guys have trained with each other or have been in the same circle. So this is gonna be one of those to where we could either see the old dog teach this young gun new tricks, or this new guy comes in there and really takes the shine from this old dog in Henry Triple C Cejudo. So if I had to pick, I'm gonna go with Triple C Cejudo. Let's not forget that's an Olympic champion in the sport of wrestling. And if we've seen Peyton Talbot struggle anywhere in the octagon, is with the wrestling. So I expect that. I'm going to go with Henry Cejudo. Next fight, Brandon Moreno taking on Tatsuro Taira. I'm going to go with Brandon Moreno. I think he's kind of been that guy right now. You can't get the champion, but nobody else can get you. So I'm going with Brandon Moreno. And then co-main event of the evening, Alexandre Pantoja taking on Joshua Van. This is a banging fight. If anyone can pull off an upset here, I think the biggest upset is going to have to be Joshua Van because he's got that power in his hand. He's very dynamic. He's going to come forward. He's going to hunt. So that is great for him. But there's still questions that we need to answer in whether he can still grapple the way that Alexandre Pantoja can. And Alexandre Pantoja right now, his grappling is on another level. So I'm going to give the edge to Alexandre Pantoja. Then our main event of the evening, Marab taking on Peter Yan. This is such a fantastic matchup again. But right now, I just think Marab is like a boulder rolling down the hill. And once it gets going, it's very, very tough to stop. He's still locked in. He's still training hard. And he's still there mentally. So I think Marab right now is going to be hard to beat in a decision. If Peter Yan gets this done, it's going to be by catching him with something and putting him away. If you can't do that, I'm going to go with Marab Dvalishvili for the unanimous decision win. Now, guys, that's UFC 323. Those are my picks and my predictions of what I think could potentially happen. Yes, this is the last pay-per-view of the year, guys. Another year has gone by. 323, the year 2025. And next, we're going to slide into the Paramount. And hopefully by then, I'm going to be doing something, an even bigger production, giving y'all more with these picks and predictions. All right. Stay tuned, guys. As always. Peace. Appreciate you.